Welcome to the Paranormal Perspective episode 6. Thank you guys once again for joining me tonight. So needless to say, you might listen to this at any point, but for me it's night right now, so I'm just going to say tonight. So once again, if you have any of your own paranormal experiences that you wish to share, you can email me at info@paranormalperspective.com. You can find my website, www.paranormalperspective.com, and you can also find me on Facebook as Paranormal Perspective. And once again, if you're in the Southern Alberta and Calgary area, if you need an investigation done, you can also contact us through the capi7.ca website and fill out one of our forms there so we can kind of find out what's going on and see if there's a way we can help you out if you actually need an investigation done yourself in this area. So once again, like I was saying, welcome back to episode 6, and thank you everybody for making this so much fun and so exciting to do. We're very, very happy to bring you yet another story that I have received by email today. Again, one thing just to clarify for everyone, whenever you are sending me your stories, and I want to thank you everyone for sending them to me, please make sure you punctuate your stories. Just saying, yeah, when I'm reading them out, I am reading directly off the emails that I receive, and sometimes when there's no punctuation, makes it very, very, very tough to read. So if you could just please make sure that you try to throw those punctuations in so I know exactly how I'm reading your situations out, so I can make sure I give them the proper reading and attention when you need them. Pardon me while I take a sip of my tea here. But yeah, definitely please watch that punctuation and grammar to make it an easier read for me while I'm sending them out for you. But otherwise, keep on sending me those stories because they are wonderful. I'm happy to share them for you. I'm happy to receive them from you. So jumping right into it, I've got another one for you tonight. I just gave this one a read here, and it's actually it's creepy. It's a creepy one just because of the way it ends. I'll get into that right now here, but it's definitely one where it's a little unnerving. I don't know what it is about kids and paranormal, but that just adds a whole other level of creep factor to it. So I'll get right into this one here. This one coming from Athens in the United States, Athens, Alabama, it looks like. So the names of the people in this one, they did ask that the names be changed. So I'm just going to change those up and or just altogether omit names, just so that way they to protect their privacy. But otherwise, I'll get right into the email that they sent me here. Right, here we go. In 1982, I moved my family to Athens in Alabama to pursue my work as an instrumentation and control technician at a nuclear power plant. We moved into a small 2-room townhouse as we didn't need very much space because the boys were very young. Alex was just 3 and James was only an infant. We decided that Alex would sleep in the upstairs room alone and to have James's crib in our room. We had lived there about 3 months when one night we awoke to Alex screaming, "Get him off me! Get him off me!" We raced upstairs and flipped on the light to find Alex drenched with sweat, eyes squeezed shut, and the sheets clutched to his chin. We asked him what was wrong, and he told us that the man had come into his room and tried to grab him. Fearing an intruder, I grabbed my gun and searched the house but found nothing. Chalking it up to night terrors, we allowed Alex to spend the rest of the night in our room. The rest of the week passed without incident. The following Friday at around 11 p.m., I heard Alex screaming, "Help me please, Daddy, he's trying to get me." Racing upstairs, I found him in much the same state as the previous episode. "Who's trying to get you, big guy?" I asked. "That man," Alex sobbed. "Don't you see him? He's over in the corner," my son told me. "There's no one there, buddy." But Alex insisted there was, sobbing over and over. "Don't you see? Don't you see?" Again, chalking it up to nightmares, Alex was allowed to sleep in our room. This time, 2 or 3 weeks passed before my son woke up screaming, "Help me, he's back, get him off me." Again, the same scene when the lights came on. Again, another night with Mom and Dad. Determined to get to the bottom of this, we had a talk with Alex at breakfast the next morning. "Who's been after you, buddy?" I asked. "I don't know, a bad man," he mumbled. Alex was visibly shaken and possessed very little appetite. Alex had always been very bright for his age and wasn't prone to making things up, so I pressed him. "Does the man have a name?" Alex just shrugged. "Well, why not ask him?" Maybe he just wants to be friends. Maybe you've misunderstood him all along. Alex shrugged and said he didn't think that this was the case, but that he would try to talk to the man. That seemed to be the end of it, until about 2 more weeks went by, and Alex had another episode. When we went to comfort him, his eyes were wide with fright. He wailed, "Daddy, I asked," and he said he's the devil. Ah, there's the culprit, my wife and I thought. Alex is just transferring something he heard about in Sunday school to his subconscious when he dreams. Well, you are God's little lamb, and the devil cannot harm you, my wife assured him. That seemed to give him peace, and even spent the remainder of the night in his own bed. The following night passed quietly, but the morning after, Alex walked into the kitchen and made an announcement I will never forget. Up until that moment, I had never taken much stock into the supernatural, but what my son said next made my blood go cold. Instead of asking what was for breakfast like usual, he calmly, far too calmly for a 3-year-old, said, "I have a message for you from the devil. He said if he wants God's little lamb, he'll take it." That was the end of the email. Yeah, needless to say, that's a creepy one. Aside from the fact of the subject matter alone, I mean, just bringing in the whole factor of having a child involved, that one's a little bit on the scary side. Just to clarify, this person was not asking for help in any way. They specifically were asking just to share their story. Specifically, they just wanted to get out there because they just didn't know what else to do, and they were just looking for other like-minded people who've been in such similar situations, or just to know they're basically not alone. The actual occurrences themselves, I mean, can't really say what specifically is going on because, again, we're changing the name, but little Alex there, he's quite young, so could it be that he was having night terrors? Yeah, it definitely could be. Also realizing that what he said there, creepy and kind of freaky, especially how calm he was for a little boy, without a doubt. But at the same time, he didn't say anything he hadn't heard anywhere else. I'm not trying to discredit this story in any way, shape, or form, because could it be that something's going on? Absolutely it could. But at the same time, it could also be that this may have actually been just a dream that scared the poor little guy a lot, which very well could have happened. Pardon me, just another sip of my tea there. But that is one of those situations where you just want to really keep an eye on him. This is obviously going on for weeks at a time, so maybe going to a sleep doctor or something like that to see if maybe it is just a night terror. Because what we have here, they're not saying they found him attacked, they're not saying they found him marked up, they're not embellishing anything more to that story, but they are saying that little Alex there is experiencing something, perhaps in a dream, perhaps not, but he's experiencing something that is absolutely terrifying him. And then putting him in that very calm, solemn state is just a little bit on the freaky side, without a doubt. Because we're looking at a little boy who they say is not generally that calm, all of a sudden going into this more laid-back, submissive state, and then just saying something disturbing. Without a doubt, that is a very disturbing thing for a 3-year-old to look at you and say. Could you imagine being the parents of that child, and then all of a sudden you wake up first thing in the morning, trying to get breakfast ready for your family, and then this little 3-4-year-old kid comes in and says something to that nature. If the devil wants his little lamb, he's going to take it, or how that was close enough to what they were saying, but I mean, that's... If the devil wants God's little lamb, he'll just take it. Yeah, that's a little bit freaky, and truthfully, though, I can't think of too many 3 or 4-year-old kids that would think of even wanting to say something like that. So that one, yeah, little kid ghosts tend to freak me out a little bit, I'm not going to lie. Something about them. And the reason why I say that, I was talking with one of my fellow investigators one time with Cappy, and we were having a discussion about kid ghosts, and I said, of all things, kids being involved in paranormal tends to freak me out a little bit more, especially if it is a child ghost. Sorry, I keep saying kid ghost, but Alex is not the ghost, it's whatever is potentially attacking him there. But just kids involved in general, especially when they go in that calm state, is just freaky. But yeah, going to kid ghosts specifically, it's because kid ghosts on their own are creepy. But also darker entities like to mimic children. So it's either it's a little creepy kid ghost, or it's something much more sinister than a regular ghost, but there's no middle ground. That's what I don't like about it. But then when they use children, something about little kids just overall when they're doing things like that was just a terrifying situation. To the writers of that situation, definitely I would love it if you followed up with me and let me know how that is going, because that is a creepy story. I would definitely love to find out if you were able to get Alex any help, or if you were able to do anything to help him through that, because that is a very scary story. I mean, the paranormal element is absolutely there, because it could be that he's being attacked by something the parents can't see. But hopefully it is just a case of night terrors, because that would be very traumatic for a child to have to go through or experience. I definitely would love to hear a follow-up, and hopefully that Alex found some help and that he's sleeping better and that everyone's finding a little bit more peace. But definitely, if you could let me know and let us know, so I could follow up with everyone out there as well, and then kind of let everyone know how you guys are doing. That would be fantastic, because I'm sure that all of the listeners out there would love to hear how you are doing out there, and hopefully all is much better. But definitely let me know if you can. So that is tonight's episode, and yeah, it was definitely a creepy one to kind of go on a Sunday night. So if you have your own paranormal experiences, please email me, info@paranormalperspective.com. Once again, you can find my website, www.paranormalperspective.com. And obviously you'll see my YouTube channel, Paranormal Perspective, as well as you can find me on Facebook as Paranormal Perspective. So definitely contact me, let me know if you have any experiences of your own to share, and I would love to share them out for you guys. Thank you, and have a good night, and we will talk to you in episode 7.